Bro, this lag is like genuine. Wait, no, Hunter, can we end it so I can change my graphics real quick? I think I figured it out. Yes, Hunter, you're so nice to me. Thank you, Hunter. No, I didn't. Shut up. No, shut. There you go. Video and interface minimal. F5. Yeah, reinvite me. All the settings are set up. You're good. Adding random people. I had to go offline. I have to reset so that way the minimal graphics turn on. Okay, invite me. Yes, what's up, boy? Okay, start it. Yes. I really hope the minimal graphics was the problem. Or, well, it wasn't on minimal. It was on high graphics. Yeah, we're good now. Hey, bud. I'm not paid to win, bud. I'm not paid to win like you. Yeah, you're getting fried, bro. I'm gonna reverse sweep you. And an EO. The person I wanted to play against because I knew I could beat them. Who? 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 How far back? Ooh! I said something. Hunter knows what I said a while ago. I didn't know we were on stream. Remember, I smell like. Okay, we're good. Yeah, look. No, I didn't say anything. Stop it, Hunter. You're so mean to me. Nah. Nah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the IEN 2025 fall season. The students fresh off a 2-week break for fall break, so ready to get into this. A little bit of a new thing for me as well, but I'm excited to, again, showcase all the wonderful young talent that we have throughout Indiana here. And today, it's going to be some Tetrio with my good friend D'Lo. How are we feeling today, my friend?
Dude, I'm so excited. What is Tetrio casting going to look like? Well, that is a question we have yet to figure the answer out to, but in terms of the answer of, are there good players that are going to be abound? Absolutely. We got plenty of peeps that are prestige and pristine when it comes to their talent they bring to the brick.
lighting difference, but we got the same layout here. We're going to see him getting very, very quickly off to the start in what we like to call the opener. So just trying to set yourself up from clear, and already Strixie, beautiful, just dominating here. Combo, a big triple right there, and really stacking the pieces and points.
And you can see both players are very much acquainted with the strategy of just trying to aim towards that one side, but you do see it's now actually being a bit more evenly tailed here by the left. Strixie's making sure to keep the pressure going, and that garbage is going to start to add up here. No pressure. Strixie sees an open field.
Yeah, honestly, Strixie's was off to a great start, but we see Ananio beginning to battle back. Unfortunately, all that pressure up into the center. I thought he was going to be down 9 early. Ananio hangs on for a little while longer, but Strixie's playing that well this early. I'm surprised they even have a loss at all. I mean, they just came out swinging, dropping these with a hard drop, the pieces down so quickly here and setting themselves up early. Already this combo, look, 11 pieces, the garbage toss the other side and continues to stack them up.
Okay, well, on a bit of pressure on the other side now. Wait a second, Ananio going to be able to answer back in flamboyant fashion. This game, it's such a, like, normally you associate Tetris with, like, kind of relaxation, calm. You're just dropping bricks into the right place. But no, this can be very highfalutin, high stress, high tension, and high stakes action, especially when you no longer are playing against the computer. It's someone with flesh and blood up against you.
Man, I don't know. I told you before we got going, I was excited for some chill Tetris. Boy, was I wrong. These students are insane. They are dropping pieces faster than my eyes can keep up with. And Ananio, after being down in the first one, finds himself up at the moment. It's going to be Strixie who has to deal with a ton of this garbage here, trying to stack and clear some, but it's getting dangerously close to destruction.
I mean, think about the difference in terms of like a Valorant game. You have like a bit of a pre-buy, you have time to reassess, regain that momentum, but here it's just high speed, high octane action all the time. Just go, 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 drop all the pieces you can, as well as you can, until you drop to the grave. Strixie, though, is coming back pretty big here. Actually, now has equalized the fact, and now the garbage all stacked up on the side of Ananio. It's gonna be trouble. One last strike, and you're out of here.
Oh my, and it was looking so good for Ananio early, but Strixie's able to battle back here, now regains the lead in this series. And on the bottom left of each of these boards here, you can see that pieces per second, the attack per minute there as well. And man, they just stack it. It comes so quickly. Don't blink and you might miss it.
We're stacking all these long pieces left side for Strixie. A clear method of the madness, and my God, it is madness there for Ananio's got to try to make heads and tails of the chaos. Has a chance there with the LPs, does actually manage to get a bit of relief, but not quite enough. They're going to be sent to the cleaners. It's victory over to Strixie.
3-1 in this one, but man, that was some great back and forth here. And so honestly, it was looking a little bit rough for Ananio. We saw him battle back in the second game. In the third one, it looked like they were about to win. It was...
Look at the fat cat. Look at the fat cat. Jordan lost. Who? Where? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Honey, you still looking at the cat? Honey, you still looking at the cat? You still looking at the cat? Get it. Look at the cat. Food. Look at the cat.
I saw a lot of cheers in chat saying you got to watch Lazy Soul. So I wouldn't be surprised if both of these individuals are incredibly talented. And Lazy Soul is stacking them and stacking them fast. He's got plenty of.
What?
Oh, he's just throwing garbage the other direction. It was Lego Master that tossed the first couple rows. But just like that, he finishes them.
The weight of the sky crashes down on Lego Master's shoulders like the Titan Atlas. Did you see how many combos they got off? 2 quad T-spins? That was just, or 2 double T-spins, but the quad piece combo as well? That was disgusting, and it's not stopping now.
Yeah, I'm just absolutely baffled right now. I mean, you look at it, 40 pieces, 41 pieces. You got your pieces per second there on the left side of your screen at the bottom. 51 now with a 35 attack per second is insane. Lazy Soul up by 2 very, very early in this one.
Oh, my good. It continues to be insane. One more round is all Lazy Soul needs, and I don't think they're going to have any mercy for your Eternal Soul, Lego Master. You'll be sleeping with the fishes momentarily, or maybe sleeping beneath a giant pile of garbage.
I mean, I'm taking a quick look at these school rosters here. Lazy Soul is 7-0, which Lego Master is 5-2. He's got a ton of wins as well, but Lazy Soul looking to remain undefeated. We're seeing Lego Master battle back a little bit, though. He's starting to send some big... Oh, it's a double T-spin, though, from Lazy Soul to battle back in again.
It's over. The moment that they drop the line piece into the garbage, they're using their own attacks as a reversal. It's a turning point. Yeah, and it's even harder if you're a Lazy Soul like my friend over here on the screen. Relatable. Up against the Lego Master. Oh no, we got a Master Builder here. That is going to be rough. Hopefully, our friend Lazy Soul can pick up the pace and make sure they put in the effort. They smack you right back in the face and out with
deceiving, I think, huh? Because that man, or that player, excuse me, was putting in a ton of hard work there. Who beats him this season? 7-0, now 8-0. Is there anybody that can stop the Lazy Soul?
Not gonna be me. I'm not getting near that guy.
Yeah,
my soul
me either.
Be torn out of my body. Dear God. I think there were moments where Lego Master actually did manage to assert some pressure, but the issue is, it's now the question of what do you do out of those situations? What do you do when you're tossed into the garbage? The fact that Lazy was able to utilize it with a proper attack, again, with that line piece, I didn't get to watch. I really want to pay attention. I completely forgot to. I'm kicking myself. I want to see if these players, once you get to these higher ranks, are they holding pieces? Did you get a look? I didn't get to see, and I'm curious if that's part of the success and why they are at the top.
Honestly, I was just so focused on how quickly these pieces were dropping. I mean, Lego Master at one point looked like he was about to take a game away from Lazy Soul. It was a double T-spin that really put the reverse on there. We see from some of these wonderful people in chat, though, that Lazy was the previous state champ. And so maybe we could see why this individual is still undefeated.
Jeez Louise, man. All right. Enough about the past, though. We're going to be hopping into the future in just a moment. A new match coming at you. It's King Amon versus the Pickle. Oh, is it? Maybe not. Pickle I am, and here we are into the game once again. Seems like we're going to go back to a bit more of a slowed down pace. Thank God.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of breather. We are seeing these players hold a piece. You can see right there, King Amon holding that long line piece here as well and trying to set himself up for it. But it's a couple early breaks here from Pickle I am, and unfortunately no big combos, so no sending of the garbage just yet.
Here it comes, though. 2-piece on the way. And notice that that red bar on the left side does indicate how much garbage is incoming. One more line of it stacked up at you. But Pickle does have ways here to answer back. Don't get too hasty, honestly. Stack up enough for a combo of your own, because we still have not seen any attacks be made on the Kingdom of Amon.
Yeah, a little back and forth early, but unfortunately, it's just been a few lines at a time and not able to find those combos for Pickle just yet. Starting to build up side of King Amon. We see a line of garbage for both, and now it's King Amon to send one more the other direction. It looks like King Amon has a really good stack here as well, and he potentially could be dropping this line piece that he was holding, except he gets another one in the bag for free, and now starts to stack some damage the other way.
This is not going to be quite yet the killing blow, but it's the precipice of it. We're starting to see the preamble, but double right back does actually get a bit of garbage on the side here of Amon, and they're not going to finding an easy means of clearing it. You do see a couple gaps in those bottom 2 layers. Line piece is stacked up early. Do have the hold now in the zigzag. do see Pickle I Am on their side. They are refusing to hold on to anything.
Yeah, you know, it's getting a little bit scrappy for King Amon as well. We see a lot of these gaps and spaces in here, but he's starting to navigate through it well. He's got that piece that he's holding. He's able to drop. He'll tuck one more into the pocket as well. We don't really see Pickle holding any of these pieces just yet, but still fighting tooth and nail to bring it back. That garbage starting to pile up, though, and now things getting a little bit dangerous.
It's not even just about holding something that you could use for yourself, but maybe holding something you don't want to see right now. And we saw that early. These quad pieces have been kind of killers because now you have no way to fill in those gaps. Instead, it's a skill gap in the game one. The King remains on top.
On top for the time being, but you got to do it 3 times here if you want to come away the victor. And I mean, I felt like that one was very close at the start. It wasn't until we saw that garbage really start to stack up that we saw Pickle begin to have a little bit of that trouble. So luckily, it is, you know, the first of 3, so you've got some room to bring it on back. I'd love to see him tie this series up, but it does look like there might be 2 ticks already in this one.
Dangerous territory here for the Pickle. You dare challenge me, says the King, and the Pickle, Jester, I suppose, funny name, is going to try their darndest. But let's see what the future holds. Right now, what we're holding is, once again, King Amon with these line pieces and Pickle with SWAT.
Yeah, but he's stacking up rows at a time there, and that's how you get that garbage sent over. So it was Pickle to send the first row of attack, or the first row of garbage over, but King Amon able to deal with it easily here. Will drop a big line as well, and now start to do some damage of their own.
I wish we'd held that line for the right side instead of going for the deep piece there. That seemed like a bit of a misplay, but nonetheless, we're doing okay, staying alive. You can see slowly stacking. And those quad pieces, those squares are really killing Pickle repeatedly. That was what really kind of resulted in the downfall of the last game we got to see. So hopefully Pickle can find a way to utilize this. Another one comes in.
Yeah, I mean, the attack per minute is about the same. It's actually favoring Pickle at the moment, but the pieces per second is what's favoring King Amon. So they're certainly battling back and forth. It appears that Pickle has a slight advantage as we see King Amon start to reel it back a little bit. Both of these guys digging down to the trenches to fight for this one now. We see him starting to stack some more here.
Nice.
If we could just find a big line piece, which we see is coming up next for Pickle, maybe some big moves. A 3-liner would be a combo, but he's going to fall just a piece short and only gets the double.
Okay, you know what? We'll take that. Still some relief, but Pickle is slowly but surely starting to fall into a deficit. No garbage quite yet in rooting. King Amon's feeling pretty confident. Waiting for that line piece they know is in the queue. Again, these players can also see the queue coming up, so they're very aware. The line piece, or rather an L piece, in pocket here for the King as well. It makes sense for the King to have all the resources at their disposal, I suppose, but the Pickle peasant is going to have to try their best.
Yeah, honestly, we see King Amon holding some pieces, and that might be just a little bit of a difference maker there for them. It's allowed them to get some key combos that we haven't quite seen from Pickle. Again, Pickle started off very well in this one, but once this garbage starts to pile up and that pressure begins to thicken a little bit, that's where those rough waters come into play. Right now, navigating them well, but still needs a combo, and that piece to the side there, now stacking toward the mid, could spell trouble for Pickle.
I was looking at King Amon. I didn't even realize how the Pickle posse's going, and it's not the prettiest at the moment. You see combos coming in further, garbage about to stack up, and at this point, it's all curtains from here. One more bite of the dill, and King Amon shows him the deal. It's a victory for the King.
Yeah, I really thought Pickle had that one. I was pulling for him because I wanted to see another game between these two players. That was, I thought that was a fairly evenly matched there, but Pickle had a great start. Again, just kind of fell a little bit short once it started stacking up. I mean, when that garbage stacks up, you also have less time to react and make those decisions as well. So a great job of trying to do it on the fly. We fall just a little bit short, but hey, that's the great thing about this regular season. There's plenty of more matches ahead of us and plenty more opportunities.
I am just dumbfounded by how sick this game is, man. It's just like simple geometry. Small little squares being stacked on top of small little squares, but there's a lot of intrigue there that we have not even gotten to crack the opening layer of. We're still getting into it, and we're actually getting into another game right here. It seems like Sampley's back on the action up against James.
Sampley, we saw Sampley grab a dub a little bit earlier here today, so we'll see if he can get a two-peat, but it looks like Sampley might be in just a little bit of early trouble over here. James is stacking him, and look at this nice big open area he's got here. He'll try to slide one. It does create a little bit of a problem, but with another line piece, we could see a big combo, and if you take a look at the pieces over there, he's just a few away.
The hero you need. I need a line piece. Ooh, I'm holding on for a line piece till the morning light. We're about to find it right now, and that's going to be massive. But what can you follow it up with? You do have an LP, so significant amount of long pieces. Are they going to go for the secondary? No, they're actually going to try to continue to stack up. Yeah, it's exactly what you asked for, Hot Sauce. And Sampling on their side, a bit more willy-nilly. Does not seem like they're experienced in terms of being on the back foot.
Yeah, I mean, it can be tough. Like we said, the pressure comes in. It starts to add quickly. You know, these players make it look easy, but it's tough. And when they start falling as fast as they are, the pieces continue to pile up. And sometimes that's just the way the cookie or the Tetrio crumbles here as James will take a dub in this one.
5-2-4-4. That's the amount of bodies that have fallen at James's feet. The amount of players they have decapitated with the power of their line piece. No, so far so good, honestly. And Samply, we know they have the spirit of a victor. They have the heart of a champion. They've won before. They can do it again. I believe, actually, if I'm not mistaken, the ticks don't lie, Hot Sauce. This is all the way Game 5 of the best of 5. Let's see who gets the tiebreaker.
Oh, we got to go down to the wire. These two players have been duking it out all day here before we got in. And Samply, again, looking for his second dub on the day. Will he be able to find it here? It comes down to the final game. You couldn't ask for a better series.
I think there's a lot of hesitation for James's moves. Oftentimes they have the ghost piece already in the right spot, but they wait a little bit. They give it that extra 0.5 seconds hesitation that you don't see a lot of other players doing. And sometimes that 0.5 seconds in a game as fast-paced as this can make all the difference.
Certainly can. We talk about it. All that little minute detail begins to add up over time. We see it 20 pieces per second for the side of James. Almost half of that right now for Samply. We'll see if he's got a little trick up his sleeve, though. He needs something here to battle back.
Here comes the garbage. 2 layers of it back. Stack from James looking a bit messy at the moment. But now with that square piece, and that's the difference we were talking about, those squares, how they can fill very pivotal gaps so efficiently. And if you can chain them together as well, it works so well because it covers so much ground and you don't really even worry about the gaps being left behind. Triple there, match for a double there. LeBron James here on the field. And Samply stacking up the garbage on their side once again. How do they get the pressure off?
Yeah, that's, well, you know, we said it before, we'll probably say it again. That's where diamonds are made, through all of that pressure here. And Samply doing a great job of dealing with it momentarily, but now that damage, that garbage starting to stack up. James almost a clear board here as well. The freedom to do with what they please. And, well, we see that line piece as well. If he can fill in this middle area, which he does with that L piece, it's going to mean another combo coming right here and something else that Sam's going to have to deal with.
I'm going to sound like a broken record, Hop, but the way these yellow squares are being used, I very rarely see James putting them in the center unless it already has a gap that it can be perfectly filled by it. Oftentimes on the sides instead, and whereas you can see Samply, oftentimes those gaps that have coverage are around where those squares lie. Where you might be lying is in a shallow grave because Samply is on death's door.
Yeah, knocking at the door of the loss. It comes down to Game 5 as James tries to strike the final nail into the coffin, but Samply is holding on. He's not ready to go silently into the night. He fights tooth and nail, but it's only a matter of time, and a nail biter all the way to Game 5. James will clinch the victory.
I'm a bit sad we didn't get to see the rounds where Samply had control. I'm curious what difference there was in the strategy on the offensive and defensive angles that allowed them to get to this point. But nonetheless, you can feel proud. You stepped up to our friend James, and you didn't quite come to the victory, but you did come up with some good experience.
Hey, Sam already has a dub on the day, so you can't be upset. You've already got one dub. Hey, the second one doesn't go your way, but it's back to the drawing board. There's a lot to be learned in. It went all the way to a Game 5. I think maybe the first Game 5 we've seen on screen today. So a very competitive matchup, and certainly something to be proud of.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, you're here, like you said, partially for fun, but also partially for the knowledge you can gain. And being that it's the kind of early days of the season, there's still so much time. You're just on the back of a break too, right? You're talking about the fall break aspect of things. You're kind of getting the wheels juiced up. You're starting to spin the gears. You're starting to get warmed back up, put some blood and pulse back in the fingers, and then you can start to get rip roaring to go once we feel like we're back in the rhythm and flow.
Yeah, and you got to remember, like you said, I mean, these students are fresh off a 2-week fall break, just getting back into the swing of things. Obviously, it was fall break. They were probably playing these games for fun as well, but now back into the competitive scene. to see. So a lot of fun. One more final matchup here, and we might just have the undefeated Lazy Soul back up here. You know, I don't envy their opponent, but the nice thing is, if you upset somebody like Lazy Soul, I mean, what an amazing feat that would be.
Run, OP. You don't know what you're getting into. Get out of there, buddy. It's not too late. No, they're going to be fine, I believe. Hopefully. We'll find out. Lazy Soul steps up and cracking the knuckles. They're ready to go right back to the gun.
Well, if those are right up top, Opie is 5-0. Opie's 5-0. Lazy Soul is 8-0. We might just have a match in our hands. Opie comes out swinging. There's a stack of garbage. Lazy Soul battling back. He navigates it nicely. He drops it out. He tosses the garbage to the curb, and now he's trying to bring it back.
Those two line pieces were so pivotal. They're actually managing to fight back the combos, singles and triples abound. And now you can see it's Lazy Soul. They got to pick up the pace. They instantly erase all of the traction, all the progress Opie tried to make. But man, oh man, has it been intense.
This is insane. And now a quad, a big combo coming out from Opie. Trying to battle back. He needs a big line on the side, but Lazy Soul dropping bombs. 126 pieces per second. Gets the first dub on the board. We are in for one heck of a match.
This is Dragon Ball Tetrio, baby. This is like what Goku would do if he was a Super Saiyan 2 and decided to put his hand to learning this esport. But dear God, Opie is clearly a match made in heaven, but it must be hell for Lazy Soul to find themselves off the back end. A double T-spin there once again for Opie. That's going to be a lot of garbage.
Yeah, that's a back-to-back, and those begin to add up. It's pieces per second that favors Lazy Soul, but the attack per minute is favoring Opie. He's looking to drop bombs. He's trying to battle back, and Lazy Soul, for the first time we've seen, gets at least a loss in a series. Opie, neither of these players have a loss on the board, both fighting for that undefeated season.
This very well could go to 5. We're going to have the luxury, the privilege to see all potential 5 games of it. Big combos there being put up here. Another T-spin, the mini S-spin. I'm seeing moves that I've never even heard of.
Back to back on the T-spin. He wall kicks it in on the lower spot, but Lazy Soul is fought back. He's dropping bombs. 28 per minute on the attack. Lazy Soul, it was looking a bit scary, but hey, he's found his stride once again. He's up 2-1 in the series and only needs one more.
Mom told him to get up out of bed, and he says, oh, just 5 more minutes. You don't have 5 more minutes, buddy. Against a opponent like Opie, it can be turned around in just a second. A quad single combo. The L spins. Every letter in the alphabet's being thrown right at you, but Opie's got a clear board.
Opie is destroying down here, and he's really stacking up the garbage for Lazy Soul. But all of a sudden, that's why Lazy Soul is so dangerous. And he fights back here. We're almost at an even board as Opie begins to take the lead. The T-spin, the quad, and he's throwing everything but the kitchen sink at him.
It's spring cleaning the May. The way this man is taking out garbage, sponsored by Hefty. Those trash bags are durable. Opie manages to very handily get themselves out of a very tight spot. That T, they put in just the wrong spot to allow themselves to clear in the future rows, but they actually managed to still fight their way back. You're never out of it here in Tetrio.
Triple J spin to a quad to a back-to-back, now finding a double. There's an L spin as well from Opie. He's trying to serve up Lazy Soul his first loss, the previous state champ, but Lazy Soul's battled back, and now it's Opie that finds themselves in trouble.
Only one of these players can leave.
Lazy Soul his first loss. The previous state champ, but Lazy Soul's battled back, and now it's Opie that finds themselves in trouble.
Only one of these players can leave.